Being at Alvin Ailey was the first time I saw Black people celebrated and Black people just disgustingly talented, like just beautiful and talented. It was the first time that I saw Black gay men, tall, beautiful, intelligent, dancing beautifully, could talk to you about classical music, could do ballet. You had all these cultural references. Alvin Ailey opened up my mind. It really opened up my mind to the possibilities. New York was so vital to my becoming.
How did you overcome some of the challenges growing up in Georgia, in the South, dealing with racism or
we fought back. Fought back. When I got skipped from the 3rd to the 4th grade and the secretary was trying to do everything she could to not get me skipped, my grandmother, my aunties, my mother, we were at that school every day boycotting. We did not play. I come from a family of fighters. That's why I am how I am now. We fought so hard to the point where these people like, you know what, just put that boy, just skip him, just put him in the 4th grade. Like, obviously I had done the work. And we got
right.
Even like, you know, from high school, I was the first African-American salutatorian to graduate from Benedictine Military School. That was a fight. All the teachers, it's funny, because all the teachers who were like, oh yeah, of course, you know, equality, da-da-da-da. But when it came, because my class was very special because we were the centennial class, we were the 100th class to graduate. Anything that happened in that year was going to be, it's going in the history books forever. And found out that when the grades came out, and it was so funny because my best friend at the time, Alessandro Mirando, he ended up being the valedictorian. I ended up being the salutatorian. Consequently, we were both gay. So funny. It's funny how the universe works. Everything that they would never ever want to represent their school ended up representing their school. So yeah, I come from a family of fighters, and so yeah, I went to a school where Confederate flags would be on people's cars. There were Confederate flags on dress out days. I've been called the N-word. I've been called the F-word. And sometimes you let it ride. Sometimes you let it just go over your head because you look at the source. Where's this coming from? Is this coming from a person who I value, who I respect, or is this coming from?
Right.
You know what I mean? You have to be able to separate the two. But it hurts. You know, it's human. You have those things being thrown at you. It definitely hurts, but you have to fight. Like even right now with all these Black men being killed in America. These are modern day.
Yeah.
I'm so happy now. Thank God for social media. Thank God for people recording, because people, I don't know what's going to happen, but if this keeps happening, this is not good. People are going to fight. People are tired of this. People are tired of living like this. People are tired of not having access to resources, not being given equal opportunities, being killed. That part.
Being killed
because
for being Black. Yes. It's sad.
Do I make you feel, let's go back to this word. Does my skin color make you feel that uncomfortable?
So speaking of escape, you escaping Georgia and ending up in London, in Notting Hill.
In Notting Hill. But I wasn't always in Notting Hill, girl. Let's talk about the journey. The journey started with him, no shade.
Yes.
We all Notting Hill is a product of the work.
The
journey started in East Ham. And before East Ham, it was Journal Square in Jersey. And before that, it was the Bronx. And before
that we talked about. And when I tell you the stories that you tell, I'm like, oh, why you ain't called me? You should have called me. Somebody, anybody. But
it's in New York, I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. But they help you build character.
Yes.
And they help you, you know what they help you do? They help you, when you get to this point in your life where you start to be blessed, they help you say, you know what, I deserve this. I'm not going to apologize for my abundance. And I'm not going to apologize for my blessings. I'm going to live in this. I'm going to celebrate it because I've worked hard to get to where I am.
Yeah. God did it.
Yes.
So your life now, as we see it, as we know, It's rich in circumstances that, in retrospect, can be considered acts of escape, or symbolic, if not otherwise. Can you comment on this?
Escape. I mean, I'm the perennial runner. I'm always running from something. I think even my career, this is the longest I've ever been in one place at one time, and it's driving me crazy. But it's also been really good for me because if I was still working, if I wasn't forced to be here, we wouldn't be doing this right now. Me and you would be talking how we're talking now.
Mm-hmm.
It's forced being, and I hope a lot, I think this is, I think this forced moment of reflection and not being able to escape is reflect. And what you can do with what you discover in that reflection, you have two things that you can do. As you're reflecting and you're discovering, you can act on it and work through it and try to figure it out and try to process it, or you can ignore it. And if you ignore it, you'll come out the same that you went in. And what's the point? I'm not coming out of this. The Zadrian Smith that's coming out of this will not be the Zadrian Smith that went into this. When are you going to have a moment when the entire world, not just one country, not just one city, the entire world is on pause? If that is not a shake-up moment, if that is not an aha moment, let me get together, then I don't know what is. Or what
then you missed it. You missed it. You missed it.
And then you missed it. And, again, I don't know what, I pray that people don't miss it. But I know that people are going to miss it because it's hard.
This COVID-19 has definitely made it to where you're being forced to realize who you are, to self-reflect. For one, self-reflect, and also, like you said in the beginning, realize, do I really know me? And do I really know this person who I say is my friend or is my sister, my brother, my mother, my father? Do we know?
Asking yourself,
yes.
Why am I this person's friend? We don't have anything in common. Oh, that's the gag.
Yeah. School and performing academically have been really essential in your way of you finding your path, right? So what about creativity and artistic development?
That's been a struggle for me because I feel like all the creative things that I wanted to do and all the artistic things that I want to do, those things get developed when you're a child. The child is between the ages of they say children are the most creative at like 6 to 10. That's when you can have them in painting classes and taking piano. And don't get me, I took piano lessons, and I sang. I probably sang everyone's ear off. That was my family. That was creativity. Me singing and me taking piano lessons, but they didn't realize there was so much more to creativity. So I feel like that's a little thing that I missed out on. I had to play catch up. When I got to the A-League school, I knew. I said, Zadrian, you're never going to get this voice. It's too late. It's too late. Your muscles are set. Your bones are set. You're never going to have a flat 360 split. You're never going to be able to do a full 360 tilt. You're never going to be able to do a turn 6 times because you missed that gap when that needed to be put into your DNA. So upset. And I chased it for a while. I can do anything. I'm the best. And I chased it. And I never forget, I was about to go on stage. I was performing a Christmas special with LACDC. And right before it was my cue to go on stage, it like hit me. And it was like, this is your last dance performance. This is not your calling. Not your calling. I've let you do it. I've let you play with it. I've let you meddle in it. It's the boat. This is not what I ordained with your life. So I had to get comfortable with the fact that dance was not what God ordained for my life.
How did giving up dance impact your evolution, professionally and academically?
Well, giving up dance returned me to my core, which was academia. Because once I stopped dancing, that's when I went and I started studying again. So at Bachelor's Institute of Technology, I studied You know, that's where I started studying advertising and communications. That's where I discovered journalism. That's where I got in front of the camera with WFIT. That's where I started discovering that I had this really natural, amazing connection to just make people talk. And I'm talking about people who know how to talk, like
Yeah.
mentor. Like, you know what I mean? Like we were at a show. I remember she had her security guard, and I was like, I'm going to interview Anna Wintour. And I said to the security guard, I said, can I interview Anna? And he was like, absolutely not. She doesn't do interviews. And I remember he turned, and as soon as he turned, I went, there was an empty seat next to her because you never sit next to Anna. There was a seat right next to her. Girl, I might have sat in that. I don't know. I still don't know where I got the courage. I sat in that seat. I said, hi, Ms. Wintour. My name is Zadrian Smith. I'm from Fashion Institute of Technology. Do you mind if I interview you really quickly? She looked at me and she went, sure. And there you go. That's why, you know, get back to, not to get all Jesus-y and religion, but, you know, the highest walls God will tear down when that's what you're meant to do.
Hello, somebody.
The highest walls, the things people say, no, she would never do. Of course she'll never do it with Zadrian. Of course, no. Yes, she will. And I'm going to sit right next to her, front row at this show, and I'm going to interview her.
As I started saying earlier, you have professionally grown to be surrounded by stories, hence storytelling. Also at the time where truth has become a very vulnerable, contested concept. I love for us to close this talk on this note of storytelling and truth-telling. How do you see living a story versus living a truth?
Living a story has a shelf life. At some point, because every story has an end. So I think living every lie that you tell, there's an ending to that lie. And most of the time, when that story reaches the end of its shelf life, most of the time it's not good. Most of the time, when that truth comes out of the story,
right,
people are hurt. People are hurt. You've been lying somewhere in that story. Someone's been lied to, and now you have people questioning your integrity. You have people questioning your character because you've been lying. Nothing about what is, because then people say, well, what is true? Well, were they lying about that? Or you don't know what to believe. My truth is not going to be for everyone, and that's okay, because we have to get out of this idea that everyone has to love us, everyone has to like us. I want to make everybody happy. No, I don't want to make everybody happy. I want to make myself happy, people that I love happy, my friends, family. I want to make those people happy.
Where do you think or expect your truth to take you?
To my purpose.
To your purpose.
My purpose. 100%. I couldn't get to my purpose. You can't get to your purpose if you're not true to yourself. That's one thing about how God works. God's not going to give you anything that the Bible says God will not give you more than you can bear. So he's not going to give you something that you're not prepared for, because there is power in your purpose.
Yes.
There's incredible power in your purpose. So before God gives you that power, he has to make sure that you're okay. Can I give this person this responsibility? Your purpose is witnessing. Whatever it is, through your purpose, you're supposed to. Your purpose is service. That's what I'm looking for. Your purpose is service.
It's not for you.
Not for you.
It's not for you.
It's not about us. It's all about giving back out.
Yeah. I have one last question that I don't have on here.
Okay.
And you can choose to add it or not. If your mom and your dad were here with us in this moment, what would be the one thing you would want them to take away from this interview, from you revealing your truth? Just them two. Don't think about your grandmother.
I would want them to take away, and this is my truth, and I hope this doesn't come off the wrong way. I would want them to take away, what you gave me was not good enough, but it's okay.
Yes.
And that I still love you. What you gave me was not good enough, but it's okay. And I still love you. I forgive you, and I still love you. Bye.